Hi, I'm Mike. I want to do a quick review for the remake of The Day the Earth Stood Still, directed by Scott Derrickson, who made The Exorcism of Emily Rose. It's a remake of the 1951 original, which of course was one of the very first serious sci-fi movies. And that one was about the Cold War and violence and our warlike nature, and they've updated it. We're not in the Cold War anymore, and it's kind of now a thing about the environment and what we're doing to the planet. And it stars Keanu Reeves as Klaatu, and basically he shows up and decides whether or not we should all get eaten by a gray cloud of microscopic robot bugs. I'm not going to talk for very long about this movie because it's really not very good. Not because they did anything wrong, just because it's not got anything in it that's good. The effects are not very good. Nothing much happens. What does happen doesn't make much sense and is completely gratuitous. There's a whole team of army guys that never meet any of the main characters in the movie. They fly Predator drones and drop bombs for no reason, literally for just to have something explode. A truck disintegrates. I know you've seen that truck disintegrate because it's in every trailer, because it's one of the only things that actually happens in this movie. The rest of the time, it's just a woman talking to Keanu Reeves in the back of a car, in a McDonald's, in a forest, in a New Jersey roadside station, by a creek, on a bridge, in a graveyard. It's incredibly boring, and there's not much to the story. And the middle of the movie just drags. It actually goes in an interesting direction, maybe, with John Cleese, who shows up out of nowhere, but then that just gets shut down. Sci-fi, the best sci-fi always functions as a parable for something else, a kind of fable. It works in a way that it's not pure plot, it's a bigger thing. 2001 isn't a story about a guy that goes into space and fights with a mean robot. It's about something bigger, it's about the human condition. The Day the Earth Stood Still is literally not about anything that it's not actually about. It's not about the environment, it's not a parable, it's literally a guy that shows up and says, you guys are screwing up the earth and I'm gonna blow you up unless you convince me otherwise. How they convince him otherwise is through the most trite, obvious, possible way. It couldn't have been more on the nose, really, if Tim Robbins and Susan Sarandon had showed up and turned to the camera and said, love yourself, love our planet, save the future, smooch the world and the Earth's soul. If you see a turtle, flip it over, hug a deer, and pick up a litter. And then an Indian came and cried one tear, and the tear turned into Sean Penn. It's just so completely obvious and boring, it's just kind of a waste of time. 2.8 out of 10.
Mike, do you think that there will be a movie out before the year's end that you will like?
No, I think every movie this Christmas is going to suck shit.